Okay, today we are going to discuss about the trajectory of projectile. Projectile is something which can be any object which is thrown into space. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the trajectory of projectile or path of the projectile. Okay. Basically, what is the nature of the path of the projectile that we want to know. Okay, suppose this is y axis, this is x axis, and I am throwing a object at an angle theta with velocity u. So the particle goes along this path. Okay. So now we can resolve this u into two component, that is, one is u cos theta and this is u sin theta. Why we are resolving these two components? Because we need to find some important terms related to projectile. Okay, suppose this is the range, means maximum, this is the horizontal distance when I am throwing from here and it is reaching here. So this is the main horizontal distance is travelled throughout the whole path. And suppose when it is the maximum height taken by the projectile. Okay. So now we want to discuss the path of the projectile. Suppose at any instant t, the projectile reaches to a point, this is P, reaches to a point P whose coordinates are small x and y. Okay. So now particle goes x in horizontal direction and y in vertical direction. Okay. So now in order to find what is what in which time it reaches to P, it reaches to P in t time. Okay. So since there is no acceleration in the horizontal direction, we can consider the horizontal motion at uniform motion. We can consider horizontal motion in a uniform motion, but in case of vertical, there is always a acceleration due to gravity acting in downward direction. So it is not an horizontal, it is not an uniform motion, it is uniformly accelerated motion. Okay. So since it is a horizontal direction motion is a uniform motion, we can write x is equal to u cos theta into t, because in t time it displaces the x displacement is x. So we can write x equals to u cos theta into t. So from here we can easily evaluate time equals to what? Time equal to x by u cos theta. So this is my equation 1. So now what is the vertical displacement? So vertical displacement is y. In case of vertical displacement, we will think of vertical component of velocity. In case of horizontal motion, we always think horizontal component of velocity. In case of vertical motion, we always think vertical component of velocity. So vertical displacement is y. Okay, and you know that acceleration due to gravity acts downward direction, so it is a retarded motion. Okay, and u sin theta is acting along upward. So we can write y is equal to, y is the vertical displacement, y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half g t square, because it is a retarded motion, g is negative direction, g is in the negative direction, minus g acting in the negative direction. So this is minus half g t square. So from here we can easily put this value of t in this equation. So y is equal to what? Y is equal to u sin theta into t means x by u cos theta minus half g t square means x by u cos theta whole square. So it becomes y equal to u cancel out, so x tan theta minus g by 2 u square cos square theta x square. So this is the equation I am getting right now. So from here we can easily say that we know that the equation of parabola is like that y is equal to ax minus bx square. This is the equation of parabola, and you can easily relate to this equation by this. We can easily say that this equation is a parabolic equation. So we can say that the path of the projectile, this is the path of the projectile. So path of the projectile, we can say that path of the projectile is parabolic in nature. Okay. So now A is equal to what? A is equal to tan theta, and B is equal to what? B is equal to minus G by minus not G by 2 u square cos square theta. This is your A and this is your B. Okay. So now we want to find that at point P, what is the velocity? Since you know that there is no horizontal acceleration acting here, so throughout the path, u cos theta remains unchanged. But since g is acting downward, so u sin theta or the vertical component of velocity changes with time. So what is the velocity at the point P? Now we want to find. Okay. So now let us see how can we find. So velocity of the particle at point P. Okay. So velocity can be written as v vector equal to written as vx I cap plus vy j cap. This vx and vy are the final velocities, which is at the velocity at the point P. Okay. Since you know that throughout the motion of the projectile, its horizontal velocity always remain unchanged, because there is no horizontal acceleration acting. So it becomes what? If this is u, if this is theta, then it becomes u cos theta. So horizontal velocity remains u cos theta. Finally also horizontal velocity remains u cos theta at each and every point of the path. So we can easily say that Vx equals to ux, and that is equals to u cos theta. But at the point P, suppose this is a point P, in this point velocity, final velocity of y component not remains same, that is u sin theta. Since the acceleration due to gravity acting downwards, so we can say that at time t, final velocity along y axis at the point P becomes Vy, and that can be written as Vy equals to Uy minus Gt, because the time at time t it reaches to the point P. Okay. So we can easily write Vy equals to Uy equals to what? Uy equals to u sin theta, initial y component of velocity, minus Gt. So now v vector can be written as Vx I cap, that means u cos theta I cap plus Vy means u sin theta minus Gt j cap. So this is the velocity at the point P. Now if you want to know the magnitude of velocity, so you can be easily evaluate by square root of these terms, u cos theta whole square plus u sin theta minus Gt whole square. You can easily find out the result. Okay. Now the next thing is we want to find that what is the maximum height the projectile reach, the maximum displacement along maximum height means maximum displacement along y axis. What is the maximum displacement along y axis? That is, we want to find this term. This is the maximum height projectile suffered. So, what is the maximum height? So, in order to find maximum height, that means we are considering vertical displacement. So, in case of vertical motion, we will always consider vertical velocity, vertical component of velocity. We will never consider a horizontal component of velocity, because this displacement is along vertical direction. Okay. So, we can easily learn at this point vertical component of velocity becomes what? At this point vertical component of velocity becomes 0. There is only horizontal component of velocity exist here, horizontal component of velocity exist here, that is u cos theta. Horizontal component of velocity exists, vertical component of velocity here 0. So, now we can easily find this maximum height h by considering uniform accelerated motion, equation of uniform accelerated motion or uniform retarded motion. So, now we know that the vertical component of velocity at maximum height is 0. So, we can write Vy square equal to Uy square minus 2Gh, capital H. Y minus sign because this is a retarded motion and G is acting negative direction. So, we consider G is minus G. Okay. So, what is Vy? Vy is 0 because final component of velocity is becomes 0, y component of velocity equal to Uy square minus 2G capital H. So, from here 2G capital H equal to Uy square. So, H equal to what? Uy square by 2G. So, now what is Uy? Uy can be written as U square sine square theta by 2G. Okay. I think it is clear to you, right? So, now we want to find what is the total time taken to reach the projectile here before hitting the ground, or we can say that how much time it is in air or the time of flight. How much time it is it in air or time of flight? How can we calculate this time of flight? So, now in case of time of flight, we can easily consider that time of flight means how much time it is in air. In case of whole the journey, you can easily say that vertical displacement of the particle is 0 or vertical displacement of the projectile is 0, because it is starting from here and it again reach here. So, in the whole journey, in the whole time, the vertical displacement of the particle is 0. So, again we will consider the vertical equations of motion, vertical component of equations of motion. So, we know that this equation S equals to ut plus half at square. This is the uniformly accelerated equation to finding the displacement and or time or acceleration or initial velocity. So, in this case you can easily replace S by 0 because we are considering it as vertical component of displacement. So, we can write Sy. So, since it is a vertical displacement, then velocity will be replaced by vertical component of velocity and acceleration will be replaced by minus g, and the total time of flight can be replaced by capital T. This is replaced by capital T. So, now the whole equation becomes what? Sy equals to Uyt minus half of g into t square. Whole equation becomes this. Now, in case of whole journey, vertical displacement is 0. So Sy is equal to 0. So we can write it as 0 equals to uy into t minus half of gt square. So uyt equals to half gt square. T cancel out. So t becomes 2 into uy by g, that is equals to 2 into u sin theta by g. So this is the total time of flight of the projectile. Total time of flight means how much time it is in air. So this is the total time of flight. Now again another thing that we want to find, that is what is the horizontal distance the projectile travelled. Horizontal distance means this is the horizontal distance. How much horizontal distance projectile travelled. So the time required to find the horizontal distance is capital T, because in total time of flight it displaces to the horizontal, it displaces in the horizontal direction. So, and in the horizontal direction there is no acceleration acting. So, we can easily find out the range of the projectile. How? Let us see. So, range of the projectile. So, the horizontal distance it travel is, suppose this is r, and we know that since horizontal motion is uniform motion, so we can apply S equal to Vt, because it is the equation of uniform motion. So, r equal to what? R equal to ux into capital T, because in total time capital T it will displaces in the horizontal direction. So, r equal to ux means u cos theta and t means 2u sin theta by g. So, from here r equal to what? 2u square sin theta cos theta by g. So, r equal to what? U square 2 sin theta cos theta by g. So, r equal to u square 2 sin theta cos theta means sin theta by g. So, this is the equation of range. So, if I sum up all the formulas, I can write it here. The time of flight t equal to 2u sin theta by g, range equal to u square sin 2 theta by g, and maximum height h equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. So, these are the important relations, and the velocity at any time v vector is equals to u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus gt into j cap. So, these are the main important formulas related to projectile, and we know that the trajectory of the projectile is parabolic in nature. Okay. So, these are all things, important things. So, thank you.